Hey guys. Yeah, this video is called Confessions of a Fat Girl Dating While Fat. This video is talking about dating while fat, full-figured, curvaceous, curvy, voluptuous, whatever you want to call yourself, whatever. You know who you are. You know who you are. But yeah, a little background about myself. I'm 20-ish. I'm 5'8", 5'9", somewhere. I'm tall, something like that. I weigh about 250 pounds, and I have been heavy for most of my life, for most of my adult life, teenage life, whatever you want to call it. Um, and I mean, I'm not, a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people assume when you are over 200 pounds that you don't really get men. Like, I feel like people are just like, ugh, like, like she's a big girl, or she doesn't really get a lot of guys, or she only like big guys want her, which is not true. Like, I have dated different several types of guys, and but I will say though, like, for the longest time I kind of felt like only men that were larger would want me, so I would only stick to dating like guys that were like bigger than me or like have a larger frame, because I guess you could say I really wasn't confident in myself, and I didn't really feel like anyone would be attracted to me because of how I look and what my body looks like. And so I just would not talk, like, I just would shut down. Like, I would see guys that I was interested in, and but they were skinny, and I would just kind of like, oh, like, oh no, like, I don't really think he'll like me because I got all this, and I'm just gonna stay away from him. And so I would always date guys that were bigger than me for the most part. And it just really sucked because, like, they would, like, I'm not saying all big guys have like shitty personalities, but I just feel like for me, I would date a guy and he would just be a jerk, but I would just stay because honestly I just felt like I couldn't get anyone else. But it was stupid because I would think I could only get anyone else. I couldn't get anyone else. And then, like, I would think, oh, I can't have anyone else but him, and then I would finally let go, and then someone else come along, and someone else come along, and someone else will come along, and it's like, okay, clearly, like, you can get other people. Other people do are interested in you for who you are because somebody else keeps coming along. But back to the story, like, I just kind of felt like I just couldn't, like, guys just weren't really interested in me for me. Like, I don't know, it's just really, it's weird. Like, I just felt like nobody could love me because I am, I'm not small. Like, I'm not a size 2. I can't remember ever wearing a clothing size that was a single digit. Like, it's been like this for me for years. And when it came to dating, you don't really see a lot of, back in the 90s when I was, like 10, 12, you didn't really see a lot of people, a lot of full figure women that were in the media that had boyfriends and husbands. Like, they on the TV shows always like the fat girl, and she didn't have a boyfriend. She had a bag of Doritos. And you know what? That's unfortunate, and it's not true, because there are big women out there that date gorgeous men. Like, not every woman is a size 2, so, and every man's not going to want a size 2. So there are other options for you. You don't have to always stick to bigger men. And like, I really like dated some jerks, because and they were bigger than me, because I just felt like, like, he's gonna accept me for who I am because I'm fat and he's fat too. And no, like, it's not like that. It doesn't work like that. And you shouldn't have to feel that way. You should feel comfortable to date whoever you want to date. You shouldn't have to, you should look beyond what what this is, and look what this is, like, what your heart has and what you can offer someone else other than your body, because that shouldn't be the only thing they want anyway. So if there's something they don't like about your body, forget them. Find somebody else. But yeah, I've just been on this journey trying to really, like, find myself and just, I don't know, just try to realize that other people do, like, want me even though I'm this way. And it wasn't until, let's say, this past summer, um I met this guy, and I really liked him. Like, we were at a party and like we were chilling, and we were like flirting. Like, we were sitting in two chairs and he was like leaning on me, and I'm like, like cuddle, like booed up or whatever. And I really liked him. Like, we were like talking and vibing and like chilling. We really like enjoyed each other's company. And so, in the night, whatever, we're just like, oh, bye. Like, we already exchanged Facebook, and I'm pretty sure we like follow each other on Twitter or whatever. It's all good. So, like, I was like, oh, I really like him. But as soon as I got in the car, I was like, no, like, he doesn't want me. Like, he only sees me as a friend. Like, it's because I'm fat. Like, he doesn't want me. Like, even though he was, flirting with me and like hugging up on me, I'm like, oh, we were just drunk. Like, he didn't really see who I really am. Like, he probably thought I was like 200, like 150 pounds. Like, he didn't really see me for who I really am. Like, he doesn't want me because he's skinny. Like, he was tall. He is tall, and he's skinny. Like, he's not, and he's not just skinny. Like, he has like an athletic build. Like, he had abs and like like arm muscles. And I was just like, he doesn't want anybody like me. Like, no, he's not interested in me for me. And so, come to find out, I was wrong. Like, we hung out after that, and he was like, yeah, like, he really liked me. Like, I remember the first time we spent time together, I like was like at his house, and we were like, because I was still trying to play the friend role. Like, he doesn't like me. Like, he called me hang out, but I'm still in my head like, he doesn't really, no, like, he's not checking for me. But he, like, we were laying in the bed. Well, I was sitting up in the bed because, again, he wasn't checking for me. So we're like, he's sitting, I'm laying down, he's laying down, and I'm sitting up in the bed, and we're watching like a movie or something. And I just remember, like, he like reached over and like grabbed me so that I could like lay on his chest. And I was just like, oh my God, like he really does like me. Like, he didn't try anything. He didn't try to like get in my pants, because sometimes I also would feel at times with other people that they didn't really want me. Like, they didn't care about my body, because all they wanted was what I had between my legs. And so I just feel like, if a guy wanted me and he just wanted me for that, or he just didn't care about me being fat because he was fat too, again, you should never feel that type of way, either of those ways, because that's wrong. You should value yourself and think more of yourself than that. But back to the story. So yeah, like, kind of found out he was really feeling me, and we dated for a couple months. We stopped talking around like right before Christmas. It was really upsetting because I really cared about this guy, and I just wanted it to work out really bad. And it was just like different for me because it was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm still not sure if it was right to feel this way, but it was kind of like, wow, like, I really am, somebody can accept me for who I am. And I feel like it's wrong because it shouldn't have taken someone else to bring that out into me. But once I finally realized that every guy isn't the same, and just because he's, muscular with like a small build doesn't mean that he's not attracted to someone who looks like me. And I just feel like a lot of times bigger women are kind of like, when you see a bigger woman with a guy, that any guy, he's either a he's a larger man himself, or he's B, like, he's skinny, but then he's kind of like rail thin, and a lot of people assume like, oh, he's just someone that like he only likes big girls, like those kind of like, where it's kind of like a borderline fetish, like, like, he's kind of like that, because people don't think that a regular, not big guys regular too, but someone who falls into a man who falls into a regular size category, like we'll say like a small to like a medium, extra large maybe, they will never accept someone that looks like us. And it's not true. Like, you should never feel that way. You could be loved at any size by any man. It doesn't matter the size. And it's really, I'm still struggling with this sometimes too, because sometimes I still think to myself like, well, maybe if I was 100 pounds smaller, like, he wouldn't have left, we would still be together. Like, I'm sorry, my fro is just like, it's not shaping the way I want it to, and it's just bothering me. But whatever, we're gonna continue with the video. I still think like, oh, I wish, that if I had just been smaller, maybe I lose this weight, because I am trying to lose weight, but it's more for a health standpoint, because I'm worried about my health, but we'll talk about that in another video. But there are still times where I feel like, man, if I had just gotten down to a size 6, you know, we wouldn't have had those problems. In the back of my mind, I know it's wrong, but when I look at myself in the mirror, sometimes I still feel that way, like, damn, like, or maybe, like, you know, like, somebody else will come along faster, somebody else will want me because if I'm smaller, and it's not right. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm losing weight just for that. Sometimes that's why I've struggled with losing weight, because I felt like at the end of the day I felt like I was doing it for the wrong reasons, and I feel like now I'm older and I'm finally like getting it, like why I need to do this for me, not for the way that somebody else sees me or for the world sees me or for some guy sees me, but for me. But yeah, basically I just wanted to say to all my plus size women out there, don't limit yourself, because you never know when someone sees you. You don't know what they're thinking about you. Don't just assume that just because you're a larger woman that he's thinking he's repulsed, because he might be attracted to you. You might be, you know, his Nubian princess or his Caucasian princess. I don't know if somebody that's not black will watch this video. I don't know. But you never know. Like, don't limit yourself to thinking that just because, you know, you are not stick thin, that someone else is not going to accept you. Or don't think that just because he does accept you, that he's accepting you thinking that, okay, I'm accepting her, but she needs to look good all the time. She needs to lose weight. She needs to be in the gym, because he may like you just the way you are. And I just feel like it goes back to that whole thinking where you shouldn't love anybody else unless you love yourself. And that, I feel like that was the problem that I had. I didn't love myself. I thought I loved myself when I was with these other people, but I only love myself if I thought they loved me. And that's not right. Your love should come from within. It didn't come from within. And it's something that I've had to come to realize these past couple of years, that I've struggled with that throughout the whole time that I've been dating. I started dating when I was 14, and I'm almost 23, and it's still an uphill battle for me to really look inside me, say that I love myself. It's hard. And it's hard, and that's why, you know, things haven't always worked out with these guys in the past. But, you know, every day you gotta take it one step at a time. And, you know, I'm just here to say, you know, to all the women out there, love yourself. Because if you can't love yourself, who do you expect to love you? I mean, big or small, it doesn't matter. Because I'm pretty sure there's skinny women out there too that are like, dang, if I just gained 5 more pounds, my boyfriend would have left me. But that shouldn't be the factor in why somebody loves you. That's my whole point about this video. Your weight should not play a factor in how someone is going to treat you. Because if that does, that person doesn't care about you, and they didn't care about you from the beginning. And don't be fooled. You know, you may feel lonely when somebody comes along that you really like. You're going to do everything in your power to keep them, even if it causes you to change yourself. And you shouldn't change yourself for someone else. You should accept the way that you are and love yourself. And if that person leaves because they can't accept who you are, then they weren't the person for you. They weren't meant to take part in your life. That's dealing with friends or, you know, a boyfriend or girlfriend. Either way, you should accept yourself for who you are. And if that person can't accept you for who you are, then they just don't deserve to have the wonderful person that you are in their life. And that's my video. Bye, guys.